Good morning everyone. Yuk, duduknya ke depan lagi yuk. That's it. So then, I mean at the time the vibe of sharing would be better, I believe. Ayo, mari. Ini deretan depan ya. Kan biasanya sometimes you ask the students, okay, let's sit in front. Okay. So, good morning. Just now, Budesi mentions about being successful as a teacher, being successful as conductor of teaching and learning. What actually is being successful itself? Artinya apa? What does it mean by being success? Anyone wants to say something? Success in teaching, success in supporting students to learn. Students outcome, what do you mean by students outcome? You can't answer that, do that.
If you success in teaching, so the students outcome also good.
Okay, very good. That's a good point, yeah. So the indications is actually the learning outcomes. Yeah. And again, from the process of teaching and experience that I got since maybe 2000, the first time I was become a teacher, and then, but in higher education, probably started from 2009, something like that. Yeah. Success is actually if the students, this is, I don't know, maybe probably you have different definitions of that. Success actually is related to when the students learn something, and there's a kind of aha condition. I know that. But there are lots of challenges. My topic today, I would like to say, embracing universal designs for learning, or UDL, in composition class, empowering neurodivergent students and repeaters. This is not just merely because I am doing research in neurodiversity at the moment, but last semester indeed it's a very, for me it's a challenging class that I have, yeah, composition class. So as you learn, for example, then I think I mentioned many times that there are some students who are very special, and then some students who repeat mostly like in the class. So for those, remember that so Santo is coming. Okay, so actually from that process, actually we can see the situations. Andre, could you go with the next one? So as we learn, actually universal design for learning is actually, I don't know, this is about theory a little bit, but Papa Ibu, I believe you learned that already. So in terms of engagement, yeah, as far as I believe that all of you are also working a lot how to engage your students so that they feel that they are in the process of learning. So engagement. The other one is actually multiple means of representations, means that actually what to learn. Yeah, maybe it's not enough to just writing itself, but there are some process, learning how to construct sentences, learning how to construct paragraphs, topic sentence, and so on, lots of things, yeah. But other than that, for example, understanding passage. So before writing, definitely the students need to read, because without reading, maybe they will find difficulties to write. And the other one is multiple means of action and expressions. So it's not only all in writing, sometimes through presentations. This is usually that I have that, yeah. In my composition class, which I really like, because the students from all over study programs, mostly then. At the end of the semesters, I have time actually to get together and present that in the end of your semester. But last time, honestly, it's a challenge, yeah. Challenge because, again, they're helping the students who keep talking when you are also started explaining something. Who keep asking them, "Pa, what happened with my computer?" So, that kinds of challenge a lot happen. I believe that not only me, all of you got this experience. But the thing is actually by underline this, I would like to kind of like ask you, let's reflect together to what extent do what we have done in order to provide meaningful learning experience for the students itself. Okay, this is the next one. Something that I try to identify with the students that we have, that I had in class actually. Yeah, those who have like a neurodivergent in terms of sensory overload in group discussions. Sometimes they cannot work in a group. Yeah, also executive functions challenging in terms of planning, organizing. Many of them said that, my God, the assignments is a lot. Actually, it's only one assignment. But I divided that into several activities. But again, then, those types of students find difficulties and anxiety around rigid deadlines. Yeah, even though later on, flexibility is there. I believe that Bapak Ibu also come up with these kinds of flexibility to those kinds of students. But again, that in their mind, well, also about attendance. Yeah, whether you will count that or not, that's very challenging. Now, the other students, because those who attended the class actually are repeaters. Repeaters is actually the challenge related to the fixed mindset. So sometimes then, not probably in terms of confidence in writing. The students are very potential, but somehow they find difficulties in terms of expressing himself or herself in writing, especially in academic writing. And also maybe lack of personalized feedback and also one-size-fits assignment, maybe not that really supporting this doesn't really work. So again, more personalized approach in this case, I try to offer. It's not only group class. Of course, there's like examples. When I ask the students to write down a paragraph, I try to write down a paragraph first. When I ask the students to write down an essay, of course, then I have to write an essay. I cannot just say, hey, you have to write an essay. What is an ideal essay? I know that probably there's nothing perfect for all of that, but again, then that's a process that we learn. And besides that, this is what I also learned from other lectures. Can you go to the next one? Now, activity log. I know that some of you also, I'm very happy with this, but still, even though I'm happy with this, try to provide the students like overview of what happened during the semester, and also daily activities. If they miss something, they can go with that, and that's actually something that I offer, so that's why the students will not miss that. But for some students, actually, they are not familiar with that. They always need a kind of reminder. It should come to the reminder. So that's another one. But again, this is what I learned. This is a combination of what I learned from Anta as well as Bu Fani, which is really good. And I think this guys, at the moment, Bu Desi also developing something similar so that we can track all activities. That's why the students cannot or will not miss any information or discussions that we have from time to time. I will not talk a lot. I would like to invite the student to share her experience of attending the class. I know that there's nothing perfect. I don't want to kind of like showing, okay, this is the best. No. Parts of the process until probably she finds out, okay, I learned something from the class. So basically that's the expectations for them. Adila.
Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Adila, class representative from Pak Eka's composition unit. Today I'm going to share my experience with Pak Eka's class. First of all, Pak Eka's class in composition 1 teaches us about as how to write essays and help us on difficulty difficulties when writing essays. So in his class, okay. Yeah, okay. So in his class, he teaches us, like he explained before, people from neurodiversities, and then there are class repeaters, and then new students from the spring intakes. This is a mix of difficult combination, I think, for him and for me as a student, having to work with a little bit distractions from the neurodiversity students that ask a lot of questions, has anxieties, and is needed more attention from Mr. Eka. And from my experience, I think Pak Eka handled the class very well for the neurodiversity students and for everyone, including the class repeaters and me. Pak Eka provided extra time for us if we ever wanted and needed questions to be asked to him over after class, to have feedbacks, and then if we don't understand anything, he would re-explain everything until we understand. For me personally, I have writing difficulties, for example, like in IELTS writing test, I have a pretty low score on that, and after joining Podcast Composition 1 class, I find writing so much easier. Thank you, Pak Eka. And then most challenging part. Most challenging part, I think, is to build structure on writing, and that is the most difficult part that I find in writing. And Pak Eka helped me to build a proper outline and how to have a proper topic sentence that make it so much easier for me to write the whole essay. That's it. Thank you.
So, good morning to the Sampoerna University lecturers, and especially for Sir Eka, thank you so much for giving me the chance to speak here as your representation for Composition 1 class. If there's anything that I can remember from Sir Eka's class, it will be 4 points. It will be summarized in 4 points. The first one is that one essay consists of at least 4 assignments. So as Sir Eka previously presented before, it's never a one-size-fits-all assignment. It's always broken down into the smallest or the simplest task for us to do, and he always gives examples first, and by examples I mean live examples. So he did nothing quote unquote, not prepared for the what is the thesis statement for today, what is the introductory paragraph for today, because he made it live in the class with us. So it's like we're going a walkthrough with him, and with complete examples and reviews. By reviews, I mean when we already did, for example, an introductory paragraph, Sir Eka will read each one of them in the class and review every single one of us so that we understand what is wrong with it and how can we improve that. And this is related to the second point, which is comprehensive feedback. This is you may think it's common, but it's surprisingly not, because Sir Eka's comments on every single step while doing for an essay, for example, or it's an introductory paragraph assignments. It's always very well structured and comprehensive about my writing, about the students' writing. basically starts with, Mama, I like the writing because this, and this. But I think this part is a bit too much, maybe too vague or too descriptive for an argumentative essay. And then he always gives a solution for us. It's not only, hey, you're wrong here. But he also gives a solution, and thereby I think that really helped us to understand how to improve our assignment and how to avoid the same mistake later on. And the third one is, this kind of surprised me, well, a bit surprising, because apparently ice breaking isn't dead. One day, after we have done our midterm assignment, or a descriptive it was a descriptive essay, we were going to move on to argumentative essay, right? So what he did was he told the students to stand up, and he would say statements like, beauty is only skin deep, or your underage kid should have piercings or tattoo. Well, they're underage. So there are four corners in the room, right? So four corners stands for, the first one is strongly agree, second one agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. So by these statements, he told us to move into the corner and ask us one by one, ask the students to explain why they choose that, why they stand there, why do you strongly agree with this statement. And it's really amazing because I rarely see ice breaking games or like quote-unquote physical activities that make the students move their body somewhere else in the class. And so yeah, I think by that it reminds me that ice breaking isn't dead. And the fourth is, this is the topic for Sir Eka's presentation also. But I will point out that Sir Eka's emotional control is incredible. Because there are events, as explained, that are students that maybe ask something that is already explained like 5 minutes ago, or ask about, where's my assignment, what about my score, and where it is already posted. So I know how hard it is because I've been in that situation also, but Sir Eka, I would say Sir Eka handled it really well, and he has never done something like raise his voice or attacking back the students or threatening, oh, you will get an F for this, no. And this is honestly one of the most impressive parts, is that even to the students who frequently maybe disturb him when he is talking, he still tried to point out their strength in, for example, writing paragraph. For example, hey, student A, you did good in this actually, you're not that bad. It's, for me, it's like saying to other students, hey, your friend is not that bad actually, even though they sometimes disturb the class or maybe distract everyone, but they're not that bad actually. So this is amazing, and I can only be done with tremendous amount of patience, so high respect for Sir Eka. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is not a moment for just flattering in the again then what I always like to offer is again how far what we do in class really meaningful, something good for the students, and they got something from the class. But as I said before, there's nothing perfect. My class, there are 2 students didn't pass, unfortunately. Yeah. One is the repeater, one is the special student. So the thing is actually, I have tried to do my best to probably find flexibility, but still parts of learning. Last time, Budesi already invited us and also gave us some suggestion how to handle the students when you're in the urgent situation. That's fantastic. So all for us, that's a process of learning. I would like to stop my presentation. It's not going to be too long. Thank you very much, and hopefully all of us we try to provide and keep learning, and then be able to present or come up with something good for the students, and at the end they learn something. Thank you.